There was a young child, Awab, I think the boy's name was, who passed away after living in a social housing property. So it wasn't a private landlord, it was actually a housing association. That has prompted some new legislation. Apparently, this home was just riddled with damp and mould, and unfortunately, the child passed away as a consequence. So, law is coming in this regard, and critically, what they're saying, this will prompt a million questions. I absolutely know it will. Not all of which I might be able to answer, because some of this I'm just relaying as legislation. But what they're saying, lifestyle factors will no longer be an excuse for a landlord. So if we have a tenant who dries all of their washing inside, never opens a window, doesn't have an extractor fan, landlords will be obliged to make best effort to assist and help to rectify that problem. It is genuinely a difficult one. It exists now. Cost of living for tenants that struggle or can't afford to heat homes properly. It is a real issue, but certainly this legislation on this is going to increase. And the right and ability to say it's the tenant's fault because of the way they live is going to be taken away, and there'll be more onus on landlords to manage, to assist. Things like trickle vents on windows, have we got extractor fans? But I guess potentially they might talk about, fitting dryers that are condensing so that moisture is taken out of the property. We'll never be able to police how a tenant lives, but I think it's just a red flag to say, be mindful that this is coming, and there'll be more requirements on landlords in terms of assisting with mitigating damp and mould, which it is a difficult subject, but just, I guess, have that in mind. It's not law yet, but I think it's probably good practice that you could sort of start and think about how that's dealt with tenants. I think the questions are going to go wild on this. It's a difficult one. We'll come back to them. But yeah, want to be aware of, I think.